Wherever you're trying to go in your career, you have to keep moving toward it, and you got to stay in the driver's seat because there is no standing still.
To find strategies on building your career and maximizing your worth, I'm talking to the authors of Career Forward, Christiana Smith-Shi and Grace Puma. Grace, Christiana, thanks for joining me. Let's say, hypothetically, that I am worth more than I'm getting paid right now, and I want more money, a better title. How can I achieve that dream as soon as possible?
Be really good at your job. You have to be really good at your job. It's actually table stakes. And I think it's an important point today. So it's not just about chasing the level or the salary, but it's about being really good at your job, because that's the launching off point of being able to build equity, having high influence. And there comes the salary, there comes the promotion and the titles. And so how you do it is by really focusing on what is the greatest contribution you can bring, but also think through strategically where your company's going and where the areas of importance are and how can you play a bigger role there. People who do that become invaluable, so to speak, in corporate America, and they become compensated well for that. So it's about thinking about yourself, but also thinking about the company and the environment and figuring out how to best build the most equity you can.
It also means looking for chances to upskill. In fact, there's a lot of talk in the press about upskilling because the economy is shifting. It's shifting to technology driven. It's shifting to digital, all of those things. And that means for a lot of people, the nature of the work they do is going to have to change, right? Artificial intelligence is probably the one we're talking about the most right now. Well, you can on your own both take advantage of any educational programs your company has or will pay for, or find through your local community colleges, through other things, find ways that you can build some additional skills. So you look around and you say, I am in a clerical role. I am in an analytic role. Where's that going? What are the tools that I might need to know? What are the programs I might need to know? What's the language I might need to know? And take the long-term view and start actually very consciously saying, I'm never going to stop learning. I'm never going to stop building my skills. I'm never going to stop becoming more valuable to my employer. Employers notice that, but also you're then taking charge of where you're pointing your career toward so that the speed of it can go at the pace that you want.
That reminds me of Steve Martin, the comedian. He wrote this book, Born Standing Up, and it's about like how he made it as a comedian and an actor. One of the things he said in there that always stuck with me was, be so good that they can't say no. Upskill, take classes, be excellent at your job. And these are signs to your employer like that they cannot lose you, that they need to work with you to have that conversation about your salary or your title.
Yeah, we agree with the idea of being so good they can't afford to do without you. And it doesn't get talked about enough, honestly. Steve Martin's probably one of the earliest ones that mention it, but it's absolutely true, right? And it makes a big difference if you think of yourself as someone who is invaluable, because then you have the confidence, frankly, to ask for what you need, right? If you know you're good and you know you're of value to the company, then you can actually trade that value in, so to speak, to get other things that you want. And we call that professional equity, right? So just like you invest in a stock, you're invested in yourself, your employer's investing in you. And when you're having impact and you're delivering for your employer, then that's when you can say, hey, I need more flexibility right now. I'm at a stage in my life where I need to be able to leave at a certain time, or I need to be able to take a certain amount of time and work from home. Those things happen, and those concessions, let's call them, get made to people that the companies cannot afford to lose. We just want to encourage people to take that longer term view and say, wherever you're trying to go in your career, you have to keep moving toward it, and you got to stay in the driver's seat because there is no standing still. There just isn't.